Hello and welcome to the Dinosaw number 223, another 7 curious, interesting things I saw last week. So as ever, let's crack on. First one is update from Neuralink. This is Elon Musk's brain implant company, and this is patient 2. This is Alex, who has a brain implant and is drawing using a robot arm, can also use the dexterity of his mind to actually control essentially virtual fingers. The ultimate aim here is to actually turn that into robotic movements, and just so happens they have one of their Optimus hands, and they have recorded Alex's brain activity, I guess, and therefore it can control fingers, as you can see. Of course, it's Elon Musk, so it must be the middle finger. Of course, it is. So there you go. So that's really interesting. Now we knew, obviously, the end game of this is to control things like mech suits and robots and things like that. So one step forward. So really interesting. I guess update, have a watch of it. All the patients had their say, which was quite interesting to hear from. This is really weird and also just quite interesting. Didn't know this really existed, or at least the flow. This is Polymarket. Polymarket is a website or a platform where you can bet on things. Anybody can suggest a bet and people can then go either way. So this was, will Zelensky wear a suit before July? Now, obviously, the whole White House Donald Trump suit thing obviously caught fire, and this is the result. A bet was put on that, and there was $210 million wagered on this. Either way, obviously. Now, as you can see in the news report over here, this is from the official Ukraine output channel. Zelensky put on a suit. Clearly, he's put on a suit. That's just the official line from Ukraine. However, people were saying, well, it's not really a suit, and some experts in fashion said it's not really a suit. So what do you do? Well, you go to the UMA. Now, it is a decentralized truth machine. So if you remember a couple of years ago when blockchain was all the rage, there were things called DAOs, which were decentralized autonomous organizations, and that's exactly what they're using. So there are token holders who see this question, is he wearing a suit or is he not wearing a suit? They all vote. You wager some of your tokens, and obviously you then give your point. And this is a way of essentially making sure that people use their tokens to come up with the actual truth and guarantee it. So there you go. And it was deemed that he wasn't wearing a suit. There you go. So lots of people are a little bit pissy about that because they lost a lot of money. But first of all, I didn't really know that was really a thing. You could bet on Zelensky wearing a suit. And the second one is that's how you decide what the truth is in the modern way. This is the latest update from Veo 3. Now, Veo 3 is the latest video AI model from Google, and it is taking over the world. And this is the latest update. This is photo to video. So you start with a photo, as you can see on the left-hand side. It's just a box, and you then describe what you want it to turn into. And you can do everything from, you know, men jumping into boxes of water to confetti to whatever you want it to be. So it's really useful for getting consistency in your video, because you can give it the frame you want to do and it'll then do the video from there. So similar to things that you can see with Runway, where you can essentially have a styled first frame and it will then use that frame to generate the rest of the video. But there you go, really interesting, and only available if you've got the high paid one, which is what you actually need to get Veo 3 anyway. But if you've got the Ultra or Pro subscription, you can have this too. This is really interesting about when are we going to get these AR glasses that we've been promised. So Meta have been faffing about showing you that they're awesome glasses, but by the way, they cost £1 million and you're not allowed to have them. So this is Wigan, and this is the Omnision XR glasses. There's a website and everything. You can go and pre-order them. You can't actually buy them yet, but they say they're going to ship them by the end of the year. When you read the specs of these, they're pretty impressive. They're not trying to hide them either. You know, they're clearly something different on your face. They've got cameras that are clearly visible as well, and dots and lenses and things like that. They've got speakers in them. They've got 8-core processors. They've got 6 degrees of freedom. They've got full brightness, so you can see stuff in daylight, so in the screens as well, full color screens as well. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. There's a 3D engine in them as well. So there's no price for these at the moment, but they're saying $99 will be your pre-order, or which is £75 there or thereabouts. But they haven't actually said how much they're actually going to be. So it's a little bit of a gamble. You put down your £75 and you don't know what the remainder will be. It might be 20 million quid. Who knows? However, they're starting to come available, and in pretty decent spec as well. Specs with good specs. This is UVEYE. I saw this on TikTok and it just got me interested, so I researched it. So these devices are for spotting and detailing cars, essentially. So you drive your car in at normal speed, and just at the normal speed that you saw it driving there, it can then do the entire paint scan. It can do underneath as well. It does the tire tread depth. It can check whether you've got any oil leaks. It can check whether you've got any, so your exhaust cat's missing, for instance. So it's useful if you're going to a car dealer, you drive it in through this, it scans your car, that's how it came in. They fix your car, and are there any scratches, dents, bumps in it, that sort of thing. And also if you're in a car manufacturer and this is at the end of your production line, also super useful as well. It can also generate those images for the website, so if a car comes in, it can do all the inventory for you. So really, really cool bit of kit. Didn't know this thing existed, and that is excellent. I do like that. ChatGPT has launched agents. We've been hearing about agents for a while, but if you don't know what they are, they're essentially AIs that can go and do stuff for you. So they can go and use the web now for ChatGPT. Now, this isn't available to everybody just yet. It's available to some people, rolling out over the next couple of weeks for everybody else. But what it basically does is it goes off onto the internet and can do tasks for you and make its own decisions. So if you want to, for instance, say, just do a bunch of research for me, put it into an Excel spreadsheet, and please could you do that? Pretty much now what you do is you do your prompts, you close your laptop and you walk away and it will do it for you. Might take a couple of minutes, might take an hour, it doesn't really matter, but it's off doing it for you. Likewise, it can book flights for you. Now, when you come to pay your credit cards to buy the flight, then it says, right, I can't do that for you because I'm not allowed to have your details. That might change in the future. However, that's how it works right now. Interestingly, they've got some benchmarks, and it's already 45% as good as humans at spreadsheets. Who'd have thought? But there you go. And at any point you can interrupt it. So you go, look, it's going a bit weird, or I'd like to take over here. Another really interesting thing that comes with this is you can actually then set it to auto update, i.e. check my email every month, and if I've gone over a certain quota, then please, text me or something like that. It can do all of that, so it can do these recurring processes as well, which is quite interesting. There you go. And finally, we have Jack Dorsey's latest folly, I guess, or it's kind of interesting. So Jack Dorsey, if you don't know, was one of the founders of Twitter, and when obviously Twitter then went the way of Elon Musk, then created Blue Sky, behind Blue Sky as well, and now he has a thought about what he's calling Bitchat. Now, Bitchat is a Bluetooth mesh chat. So that basically means mesh is connected devices locally, so using Bluetooth devices locally to relay the messages. Does not need the internet is the important thing, and it does it all private as well, so it's all really cool. You're not tracked either, so you can imagine this in interesting, let's say, countries right now where you want to talk to each other but you don't want to use the internet, but you still want private communication. So that's kind of interesting, but it does obviously need a load of devices around you to be able to use their Bluetooth, but interesting nonetheless. Anyway, hopefully that was interesting. Hopefully it was useful. If it was, give it a like, share it with somebody awesome, and I'll see you next week.